Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to this segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. Our recitation. Gauri Mahalla Panjama, Jis Simrat Dukh Sabh jaye, Naam Ratan Vasai Man aaye. Jap man mere Govind ki bani, Sadhu jan Ram rasan vakhani rahao. एकस बिन नाही दूजा कोय, जाकी दृष्ट सदा सुख होय. साजन बीत सखा कर एक, हर हर अखर मन मह लेख. रव रया सरबत सुआमी, गुण गावे नानक अंतर जामी. रव रहा सरबत सुआमी, गुण गावे नानक अंतर जामी. जिस सिमरत दुख सब जाए, नाम रतन वसे मन आए. By reflecting on whom all sorrow is banished, that jewel of self-knowledge births in the mind. What is being said is that self-knowledge is inherent, is innate in us, and that is the jewel that we are chasing. The jewel of self-knowledge, namely Naam, is present within the mind. And Naam, as you know, is referred to in Bani as Niranjan, literally meaning without collyrium, surma. But what that means is without embellishment of the material world. That is to say, it is beyond the senses. So the self and the knowledge that we are finding is not physical, but niranjan, untouched by matter, and therefore beyond describable qualities. And our sorrow, dukh, is rooted in the impermanency of the material world and the mind's attachment to something that is not permanent. Therein lies the root of our sorrow. So the Guru advises us and says, Jap man mere Gobind ki bani, my mind, recite the word of Gobind. That is how this translates literally. But what is Govind ki bani? It refers to the speech of the self. Bani also means creation, the speech, the sabad. And that is silent speech. So here jap can also be taken to mean to reflect. Reflect on the speech or the language or the knowledge of the Govind. And then the example of the Sadhu Jan is given. Sadhu Jan Ram Rasan Vakhani. That knowledge of the self that the bhagats, the followers, the true seekers are speaking of or doing an exposition of with their tongues, meaning they're talking about it. That Govind is what you need to actualize within yourself. And that Govind, of course, is the principle of one, ekas. And ekas bin nahi duja koi, jaki drisht sada sukh hoy, except that one self. There exists no second. So here you have to remember that when we use one, we should realize that this is not a numerical entity. Because if you say one as a numerical entity, then you're open to the possibility of a second. Here it means there isn't a second like this one. There is no second. It is peerless. So realizing this is what brings lasting peace. Sada sukha hoy. This is the drisht that you need. Drishti, of course, has been translated as grace. You need that grace. It's another way of saying you need to imbibe that knowledge, which is a special kind of knowledge. It is not discursive knowledge. So you need the faculties to actually grab and grasp that knowledge. That is what has to be developed through the Guru. And so therefore establish bonds with the self. You see, if you want to get to know someone, you have to establish a friendship, a companionship. So therefore, sajan meet sakha kar ek. With that one, establish a bond. Har har akhar man mehle, with the mind. Akhar, that does not perish. So what it means here is inscribe the imperishable word of the Har self in your heart. And word here equates to wisdom, which is innate in us. And it must be scripted on the tablet of your mind. And in conclusion, the Guru says, Rav Raha Sarbat Swami, Gun Gave Nanak Antarjami. Nanak says that I adore the one who dwells within me, Antarjami, the inner knower, the indweller. Because what is indwelling is the master, the Rav, the Ravi, and that Rahaya Sarbat, that means to say that its brilliance shines everywhere. So it is that one that I adore. That is the one that I need to establish a companionship with. That is the one that I have to reflect on. That is the one that I have to follow the fellow seekers in. On that note, until the next time, Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.